Hello, I am Brother Kelly Hughes, Chaplain of the Arts. We are broadcasting live to tape from the beautiful Valiant Theatre here in the heart of Winnipeg's greasy Tenderloin. We are broadcasting every Saturday, 1 p.m. on UMFM and on YouTube until the sun swallows the earth. This is Kelly Hughes Live Slices Special Fringe Fest Edition. Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you so much to my guests, Jaime Woods, Alli Perlov, Adam Schwartz. How y'all doing?
Great. Really hot today.
So good.
Yeah. Hot enough for you?
Yeah.
You ever say that one, Adam? Hot enough for you?
No. What's it about?
It's just sarcasm, just basic sarcasm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thanks for being here. It's about 5 degrees cooler in here than it is outside. I think it's very hot. Nothing in here is on fire.
Yay.
Some of the things, part of the neighborhood is on fire, but I think that we should be good in here. So, fingers crossed. So let's dive in. Everybody's doing a Fringe show. Jaime, I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us why you exist, and then what's the elevator pitch on your show?
Okay, so I'm a guy who's always enjoyed telling a story like you were there, and had a passion for theater as a kid. And here I am. Wanted to go to the Fringe 30 years ago and got distracted with usual stuff in life. Now I'm here. And
This is your first Fringe show?
yes.
Oh.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
That's great.
Can we say Fringe version? Can we say virgin?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Why not?
Well, that's nice. That is
Yeah.
that is exciting. Is this your first Fringe interview?
Yes, it is.
Oh my gosh, that is so nice. We should have a little, I don't know, a Shirley Temple or something for
Celebrate.
you. Yeah.
Sounds great.
And tell us about the
Yes,
show.
the show Letters by Brian Langlotz. It's a story about based on the playwright's family, taken from letters sent back and forth from overseas, Italy, during World War II. So the family is sending letters to the soldiers, and what happens is you see both sides of the story.
Mm-hmm.
It's explained through the letters. So there's always waiting for the letter and anticipating what's going on. Where is my husband, or whatever, and then the letter comes back from the war side, explaining what's going on, and it gets in the details of how it feels in the perspectives of both sides during all the madness.
And that show it's been mounted a few times, right? You did
Yes.
that a few years ago.
Yeah, it started off written as a radio play in 2018, and then the first stage performance was 2019.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alli, why do you exist? Same question. Why do you exist?
Great question.
And elevator pitch for your show.
My name is Alli Perlov. I am doing a one human being, potentially comedic performance of Toy Story if it was a musical, and I exist to do this show, obviously. This is my 6th solo Fringe show. And it's a little bit of a deviation from the niche I kind of fell into, which was one-person musicals.
Yeah.
This time I've sort of brought nostalgia for me, and then I've Weird Alified and parodied 20 Broadway songs to turn Toy Story, the original film, into a musical. And it's the peak of my silliness. More costume changes than last year, if you thought it was possible. More stupid props than last year, if you even thought it was possible. And more of me running around on the stage like an idiot for 60 minutes. And couldn't be more excited.
And a great time for Toy Story.
Yeah. I thought that would get a little bit more attention my way, but not many people are biting.
Maybe you should have called it Toy Story 5.
Yes. That's the problem.
Adam Schwartz.
Yeah. So I'm doing my comedy special that I've been working on for the last 16 years, Brilliantly Awkward. And so I'm excited because as far as I know, it's the first autistic comedy special, and I'm hoping to explore more parts of the autism spectrum, like having late diagnoses, early diagnoses, support workers. There's already some great autistic comedy specials like Fern Brady's Autistic Princess and Hannah Gatsby, of course.
Yeah.
And so I'm just hoping to broaden it, and with the hope of creating a platform for more awesome autistic and neurodivergent comics to be getting their comedy specials out there. And so I'm hoping that Neurohilarity can play a hand in that in the future.
Did I mishear you? I thought you said it was the first autistic comedy special.
No, the first Canadian,
Oh,
as far as I
Canadian.
know,
Oh, okay.
because Fern Brady is British and Hannah is Australian.
Okay. So maybe North American, who knows?
Maybe, but I know that there's a
Awesome.
lot of great comics in the US who have heard do short clips, so they probably
Yeah.
have comedy specials.
Yeah. Well, that's exciting. And so that you've been writing it for 16 years. Did you know you were writing it the whole time, or?
No, so
You're like the Truman Show. You were just kind of happening.
Yeah, no, it's not as planned as some of their shows, because I've just been doing stand-up comedy, and then this is just a culmination of my stand-up comedy work, and also I only started discovering my autistic voice after working with Sick and Twisted and stuff. Look at me already talking everyone's head off and not giving anyone else a turn to
No,
talk.
you're doing great.
It's okay.
That
We
sounds
want
like
you to
me.
talk about. We want you to talk about your show, which is your special interest. We actually had I did an interview a week or two ago with kind of a homelessness activist guy, and I don't get a lot of comments on my YouTube page, but I just happened to be looking, and there was a comment, and this guy goes, "Let Victor speak. Ask him a question." So I guess he thought I was just sitting there talking. So it's not just you. I actually went. I'd been going for testing for like ADHD and autism and whatever. I've been seeing a psychologist. I've gone there for 6 hours now, and you know, they ask you fill out some stuff, but they ask you lots of questions. And one of the ones is, has anybody ever told you talk too much? And I'm like, well, I've been sitting here talking for 2 hours. Like, what do you
told me to talk.
What do you think? But you have to give an answer.
I get that all the time as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Alli, is it for kids? Is it for adults? Is it like The Simpsons? It's for everybody?
It is. I think it's for everybody.
Yeah.
It is general. I haven't included, before my shows, I would put PG in case I wanted to say something a little sassier. And there's nothing inappropriate. You can definitely bring your children, but it's not a children's theater show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My perspective on it, because it's always like, well, why bother doing this, is it's kind of a banner year for me. I turned the big 4-0 this year.
Nice.
I moved my son to Vancouver for film school. I've been a single parent for 21 years, and I'm kind of in my second teenagehood, but with a little less idiocy and recklessness. I had him really young, so I didn't kind of do some wild things. Like, I actually buzzed my head to play Sid in Toy Story.
Okay.
Which is why I'm wearing a wig right now, because I'm trying to keep it under wraps.
Okay.
Until the big reveal when I pull the buzz hood off in Toy Story and you see a woman with a shaved head. Imagine that. So I'm
Star Trek, the motion picture.
Yeah, exactly. So it's been a big year for me personally, and I'm definitely having like a little bit of a midlife crisis, but I'm trying to explore it in a really fun and healthy way. So I talk a little bit about that in the show, and that nostalgia piece kind of being the reason that I wanted to bring Toy Story into life as a musical, but it's not inappropriate for kids.
When did Toy Story come out?
1995.
1995.
Yeah.
So you were like
9.
Yeah.
And Adam was 9.
Yeah. Adam and I actually went to elementary school together.
I was not 9.
Did you like Toy Story, Adam?
It was dark. What happened with that maniacal kid that was scary at points.
Okay, so a bit too scary for you.
So did you have any inspirations when it comes to adult women in Hollywood? Do you have a favorite?
I don't have a favorite, but I just love having no hair now.
Yeah.
I love it so much. I don't know if I'll go back.
Yeah.
And like everyone's like, oh, you're lucky you have a good head for it. But I've had the same hairdresser since I was 10 years old.
Yeah.
And I feel like she would have told me if I couldn't pull off a buzz cut.
My favorite is Charlie Theron in the Mad Max. But
Oh, yeah.
yes. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good
But
one.
it
A
is
little shorter
it
than I
is a
had.
very interesting thing as a woman to walk around in the world with a bald head,
Yeah.
and how people
Perceive it.
look at you differently. And um, and my I have a friend who she shaved her head, and she just like it does various things that she likes,
Mhm.
including keeping random men away,
Mhm.
which
That's
is a thing that thing that women like to do.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're like our friend lives like half a block away. She lives on Alexander, and Andy had to walk over there to feed their dogs or something, and I was like I was right behind them, and I was going somewhere else, and I was in the truck, and I turned around, and I thought, well, I'll just watch them, walk to the house. But somehow I missed it as I was turning around, getting in the car, whatever I was doing. Some guy appeared out of nowhere and started hitting on Andy like in half a block.
Wow.
And
Wow.
it's just like, and Andy's kind of like like a kind of a hang around the house person.
Mhm.
And they're like, so, I mean, I leave the house, once in 10 years and I get hit on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do think that, I do think that bald heads are a good, probably
Deterrent.
a good deterrent
Yeah.
Yeah.
against that. Jamie, you ever shave your head down to
Yes.
the wood?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
It was quite interesting. It was just, my daughter was at that age where there was head lice outbreak. And
That's
So
a good
this is a
reason.
different story.
Yeah.
A different story than Allie's. Yeah.
Mine is not head
Yeah.
lice related.
well, I tried to treat it, and I just said, to hell with it. I'll just cut it off.
Yeah.
And then about a week later, I flew out of town for work and got picked up at the airport with a funny hat on, and a surprised look before I explained it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Followed by returning home and having another concerned person, that was involved with cancer care give me a look.
Mhm.
Something
Did you have
wrong.
like thick, beautiful
I
hair
had
before?
thick, I
Yeah.
still have thick, beautiful hair. I joined the army. Now.
You had to cut your hair for
Well,
the part.
I liked it. It's a good time. It's too hot, and it looks great on me.
Yeah.
Kelly, when did you start shaving your head? Because I'm still in denial that I'm bald.
Oh man, it was like about 12 or 13 years ago, and Andy'd been trying to talk me into it for quite some time, and then they were like, look, I'm just, we'll just do it. We'll just go into the bathroom. I'll just cut your hair. And I was like, okay, but I might stop you if I don't like it. Okay, no, don't. And then when I saw it, I was like even not done. I was like, oh yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
Because I had long hair for like 20 something years.
Yeah.
But when I was still married, we were somewhere on vacation, and there was some place that had a fence with a little tiny door in it. And my wife took a picture of me down there leaning, looking to this little tiny door. And I had there was a thing on the back of my head the size of a side plate, and it was just my head. There was no hair. And I saw the picture, and I'm like, what? How come nobody told me? And I think maybe people have been trying to tell me, but you just kind of don't. So yeah, I don't know. I think that when you shave it, I should probably shave it again. Usually I shave it down to the wood. It's a bit gray right now, but if you keep your head shaved and your face shaved as a man, you look younger.
Yeah.
All those guys that grew all those COVID beards,
Yeah.
all those gray COVID beards, all looked like they were
Aged them.
yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
So yeah, I think you'd look all right with a shaved head. I think most of it is exposed anyway. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Or you could grow it out and get a little ponytail.
Yeah, no, my hair doesn't grow that way. It's never grown that way. It's always gets really curly when it gets long. It's not.
Yeah. So does mine.
There's a guy on I don't know what it is. It's like Instagram or one of those Reels things or whatever, who takes people. He's a barber or hairdresser, and takes people with these impossible kind of hair situations.
Mhm.
And even guys that are super bald, he'll do these great kind of comb forwards,
Yeah.
and he'll do this stuff.
Magic.
Give him a fade with a comb forward, and I mean,
Yeah.
it only works if you do your hair like that
Yeah.
every day. But maybe maybe that could work for you with all your curly hair. Just grow it long, grow a skullet,
Mhm.
and then just forward, and then just
Yeah.
Go
Mhm.
see a magic barber.
You know what else too? I hear tell that body transformation equals big bucks in Hollywood. So why not apply that to theater?
Jamie, where are these big bucks in theater that you're talking about? This is a bit
They're in that,
confusing for me.
Space up in the clouds.
It's interesting talking about theater. My first play I was in was Alli. I was the prince and she was Rapunzel.
In Into the Woods.
I mean, Alli was already a seasoned pro at that point,
Wow.
but that was my
How old were
first in high school.
That would have been middle school. That would have been maybe grade 7 or 8,
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
Well, that was still when you were at Joseph Linsky, and then you went
Yeah.
to Grand Park right
Exact.
afterwards. So
Yeah,
So you were Rapunzel.
I was.
Speaking of hair,
Into the Woods.
yeah,
Mhm.
you were Rumpelstiltskin.
No, I was a prince. I was actually quite good looking back in the day.
You still are, Adam. You're still very good looking. We're all beautiful people.
We are. We sure
Most
are.
definitely.
All beautiful people on the inside and the outside.
That's correct.
Maybe you should flip your. I just think you should take it to the other side,
Okay.
just because it was more pointing this way. Because I
Fine.
Is
Well,
it
hopefully
still-
you can hear me okay.
yes, I'm sure it will be fine. I'm sure everything's fine. Everything is fine.
Everything is always fine.
Everything is
Of course
all
it
of
is.
the time.
Just like
Fine.
my doctor's name is Dr. Denial.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that your doctor's name is Dr. Fine.
Dr. Fine Denial.
So Jamie,
Yes.
first Fringe show.
Yeah.
How are you? Are you nervous? How nervous are you?
I was nervous at first at the idea of stepping into the rehearsals.
Yeah.
And Brian and all of our cast really helped me break past that wall of fear. And I think the turning point was when I was rehearsing a monologue, and everyone else was distracting and doing something just so that I wouldn't break character. And once
Yeah.
I got past that, I thought, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm very comfortable. Obviously, there's nothing like being there, but with all the work that we put in, we were rehearsing in the Black Hole Theater
Mhm.
a lot, and I've become very comfortable just
Mhm.
from the support of the other cast
That's
and
awesome.
and in Brian's direction.
Hopefully your first show is great, because my first show, I had the whole, was my most successful show, where I had the whole, first time anyone was doing anything about autism
Mhm.
boost. And I've just been trying to reach that peak again. And so I'm hoping that
Trying to
you
chase
have,
that
You were-
high.
You were a
Yeah.
you were a novelty.
Yeah.
but I'm
Yeah.
just hoping that you guys have your first time as magical, and you get that first
Yeah.
time.
Or the second time could be magical. Your first time
Mhm.
you could
Yeah.
work out your
Yeah.
First time's often
Work
like
up
a
the-
dress
I
rehearsal.
feel
jitters,
very
yeah.
comfortable though. I mean, I do a lot of different things. I did some college radio at Red River back in the 90s, and
Kick FM.
it was called CMOR,
Oh, before that.
campus middle of the road. Yeah,
More?
it was an intercom system.
See more.
Yeah.
So I've always been out there, and it's just a matter of again stepping in and doing something.
Mhm.
And I happened to curl with Brian, and I had no idea he was into theater until one day
Hmm.
I was doing some flooring work on a film set,
Mhm.
and I had mentioned it, and he walked up to me, and I offered to help him with anything. He says,
Mhm.
"You want to act?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I do." So it's been a great experience,
I love that.
and I'm
That's
never
great.
looking back. This is my life
Nice.
now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. Quit your job. That's what I say. You're both seasoned. Do you have any advice
What was your first show?
for Jamie
My first show was weirder than Al. It was at the same venue I'm in now, School of Contemporary Dancers, that little makeshift kind of black box, which I like. I like the proximity is really good. And it was not very good. It was quite a bad show. I got 2 stars, and then I tattooed them on my neck because I was so proud. Like I just
Yeah.
had a great time. I
Yeah.
was like, this is what I want to do, and I learned a lot from it.
Wonderful.
I think if you are loving and enjoying what you're doing genuinely, then
Yeah.
the audience is going to feed off of that energy
Yeah.
and appreciate
and
it.
he's
Yeah.
doing a proven show.
Right.
So-
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice to be a part of this. That's already proven, as you said, and we're looking to keep it going.
Yeah.
We're looking to continue on this story. Brian's written the Letters, the War Within.
Mhm.
So that's sort of
Like a sequel?
yeah,
Okay.
it's a continuation, and you can find out what happens next after coming to our show.
And
Very
have you
cool,
thought
yeah.
about what's next for the show? Like, are you thinking about taking it on the Fringe circuit, or are you thinking of trying to get a mounted at like MTC or?
We're trying to do anything that we can. We're doing a lot to promote it. We got involved with Rockwood 303 Anavets for some sponsorship support, and there's going to be some people at the show for a PTGA to help any veterans.
Oh, wow.
And
Right.
the whole idea of this show is to get out there for what it's like to be the families and the veterans, and we want to keep working with it.
World War II it's World War II, right?
Yeah.
World War II is kind of interesting because it's kind of like the last good war. You
Yeah.
know, the last war that we won, the last war we
Yeah.
felt good about.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, the veterans are all like 100. Like,
Yeah.
There's not that many veterans left from World War II.
Yeah.
There's other veterans, obviously. We've been involved in other things, but
Yeah, we had a veteran watch one of our show runs, like rehearsals, full costume dress rehearsal, and he liked the show so much. I mean, he approached Brian about telling his story, and that was the Afghan War.
okay.
Yeah, so that's something possibly to explore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Adam, do you have any advice for Jaime?
No, I'm doing a completely different thing. I'm not really in the theater world. But yeah,
But you're still up on stage.
But-
You're
Yeah.
still trying not to bomb. You're still
Yeah.
But yeah, what's my the important things are in life are always just not worrying about reviews or the number of people attending, and just connecting who's there,
Yeah.
and not getting caught up with trying to be as big as the big shows, and because none of that really matters. What's important is, are you enjoying yourself?
Yeah.
Are you taking care of your health? Are you having fun? Because after all of the rest of the stuff is fleeting, or it doesn't happen, and it causes misery, which is not really necessary.
No, and that's not why you're there.
although most comedians are miserable, to be fair. Are you doing 2 shows? Did I hear?
I'm doing 22 shows in total.
Yeah.
So I'm doing 7 of Toy Story.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing 7 shows with Club Soda Improv
Yeah.
with Love is Blank.
Yeah.
So it's their Love is Blind improvised parody. I did a show with them in February,
Mhm.
and they asked me to come back as part of the rotational cast,
Mhm.
and that somehow turned into 7 shows.
Yeah.
But that show is so fun and so funny, and that is way less stressful than Toy Story. It's
Mhm.
just play. I love
Mhm.
improvising.
Mhm.
And then I'm doing 3 big improv shows at
Mhm.
MTYP. And then I'm doing 2 Story Lies with our friend Dee Dee.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to do a 2-story arc on D&D Improv as
Wow.
well, which are my favorite pals to guest with.
Mhm.
I mean, I love everybody I'm guesting with, but I love the D&D Improv
Yeah.
show. And then I'm doing 1 Cross-Eyed Rascals Dark show. So
So-
it'll be a busy Fringe.
So you're not going to have a day off.
No, there is not a single day that I don't have a show. On one Saturday, I have 4 shows.
Have you ever done this many shows
No.
before? So how do you think you're gonna?
I think I'm going to kill it.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing this. Yeah, this is my new. I didn't get to be 21 bopping all over the
Yeah.
Fringe. I was
Yeah.
busy.
This
I had
is-
a baby and
This is part of
So
your
you're gonna be bopping
this is part of
now?
your midlife crisis.
this is part. But
Yeah.
what a beautiful exploration
That's-
of my
That's
midlife
exactly
crisis.
how I feel
Yeah.
these days too.
I get such joy from performing. It fills my bucket like nothing else.
Mhm.
I love my job. I'm a teacher. It's great. Nothing fills my bucket like getting in front of an audience and sharing that energy with them and having a great show or even a terrible show.
Mhm.
And so that's why I'm doing it. And when people ask you to do things at this stage of the game and where I'm at in my career, you got to say yes,
Mhm.
or they're not going to ask anymore.
Mhm.
And I want to keep doing stuff. I want to keep doing shows.
Yes, me too.
Adam mentioned reviews.
Mm.
How do you feel about reviews? You already said that you wear your 2-star review
Yes.
with pride.
I wear that with pride. Right after I did Weirder Than Al, I did Les Mis, One Human Being Potentially Comedic Performance of Les Mis.
Mhm.
And I had figured out the formula of Fringe. I learned a lot from Weirder Than Al.
Mhm.
And so I wrote that show with like kind of being successful in mind. And then that show did great.
Mhm.
I was selling out. I had 4.5 stars. And I was like, this is what it's supposed to be like. So I've kind of been chasing that high ever since.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's nice to get some good words for a pull quote.
Mhm.
But other than that, the star system is, it's not my favorite.
And if you get a shit review, like that can hurt you, right?
Yeah, of course it can. And, there's a big difference between 3.5 stars and 4 stars. And especially, I'm right in the heart of things, but last year I was at the Gargoyle.
Yeah.
And so trying to get people a little off grid,
Mhm.
you kind of need that review that a lot of people unfortunately do look at the stars.
Yeah.
They go, I want to see the 4 and 5 stars.
Well, and it's not really what I do, but I get it. I mean, you don't want to waste your time.
Sure. But it's only one person's opinion,
Well,
right?
Also, they can be exhausted. They can be reviewing like their
Yeah.
20th show that day, and they're all like,
Yeah.
whatever, it was a show.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I mean, not.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry. Go ahead.
Or maybe they don't like your genre.
Well,
That
this
doesn't
is
mean it's not for
and this
other
is the
people.
this is the thing. Like with the free press, probably not 20 shows, but they're probably seeing 6 or 7,
Mhm.
and they are trying to front load it because they want all their reviews up by the first
Sure.
weekend or whatever. And so they're sending, like when the CBC did reviews, they would always send a certain person who hated, not always, but there was a certain person who hated modern dance.
Okay.
And sometimes they would send him to review a modern dance show, and he'd give it a lousy review because he hated modern dance.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've even, seen reviews where, the person says, well, everybody was clapping and laughing, and the audience was really into it, but I hated it and it was terrible.
Right.
And
Yeah.
so you're really going to give that a bad review because it's not for you.
Yeah.
Like I'm an arts educator, so I have to review art and performance all the time, right? That's what my report cards are. But I think if we were more mindful about focusing on, there are objective things
Yeah.
that are good about a show
Yeah.
or bad. Like I couldn't hear the person. That's a legitimate
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
criticism. I didn't understand what the message is maybe, but
Yeah.
these are the things I saw about it. But I always prefer a review that indicates who might like it.
Yeah.
Or who the show might be for,
Mhm.
because we're all creating art, yes,
Yeah.
for ourselves, but we also have an audience and a community in mind.
Mhm.
And so if reviewers could just think about, well, who is this trying to reach out to or connect with?
Yeah.
And maybe make that part of the recommendation.
The weirdest part, though, is when there's a disconnect between the number of stars
and
and what they said, because they can be like, it was absolutely amazing, 3.5. And then, but people don't actually look at what they said.
Yeah.
They just say,
Yeah.
what are the 4-star shows? What are the 5-star shows? They don't actually bother reading every single review. And yeah, so.
Well, and that's one of the every year I get my media accreditation from MTC, and I get the same email where they ask me how many shows I'm going to review, and I'm always like, I don't review any shows. This is what I do, and here now I can. When I just did it on the radio before, it was a little bit harder to show, but now we've got this whole, I did 60 interviews, 17 hours or something last year, and it's all up on YouTube, and I can send it to them. Here's the link. This is what we did. And the reason that I want to sit here and talk to you instead of going to a bunch of shows and writing reviews is because I want people to listen to this or to watch this and to go, yeah, that Adam Schwartz, he seems like a really interesting guy, and I bet I would like that. Or that Jaime looks like he's got really beautiful hair, and I'd like to sit and imagine what it would look like if it was longer. He's some real eye candy. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, right? I just think because for you to talk about your approach, your process, what you're trying to do, why you love it. I mean, it's more fun for me to. I like to go to shows with people that I like.
Yeah.
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 So speaking of people that you like, Jaime, are there shows that you'd like to go see?
I've been focused on this show.
Yeah.
So I want to check out some of the other shows some of the cast members are in.
Yeah.
And see what they're up to, because working with them and then going to their shows is a big plan of mine.
Yeah.
There's a couple of people I met at Royal Winnipeg Ballet staff because I've been doing some work there, and they're in a couple of shows. So I'd like to go see that. So basically, somebody that I've talked to, I would probably be inclined to go see your shows if I can. Same as how you just said. So I've met somebody face to face and had a chat with them, and that kind of grabs you and says, hey, like I'd like to check that out.
What are you doing over at RWB? Putting in more flooring?
Dance floors. High performance dance floors.
That's amazing.
Yep.
You're like a specialty flooring guy?
Yep.
That's amazing. And your knees are still fine?
I'm great, yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
How are your knees, Adam?
Great.
Great. What do you want to go see, Adam?
I've got if I actually had a list, it would be piled pages and pages and pages because there's so many brilliant neurodivergent artists who are in the festival who are doing incredible things. Like Alli's doing a show with Kristen Anderson, who's doing Overshare, who just got 4 stars and sold out her whole run last time. And
Allie's not neurodivergent; she's normal.
And yeah, so there's just so many shows.
What is normal?
That if I was gonna give shout outs, this whole hour would just be me dropping name after name after name.
Yeah, there's
having
so
a sip of
many.
water and then just saying more names.
Do you feel like, how long have you been doing Neurohilarity?
About 4 years.
You've brought lots of people to the stage. Do you think you have a little bit to do with that? Or
I always take way more credit than I actually deserve.
So you're a narcissist. Okay.
There's already so many brilliant neurodivergent artists who are already creating so many brilliant things like Alli, in that it's not about what I'm doing. I might take credit because I'm giving them an opportunity, but really they were going to succeed whether I was doing anything or not. I just...
And I feel like, 80% of people doing Fringe are for sure ADHD.
Definitely not
why else would you want to
I was going
do
to say
that? I mean, it's insane.
Yeah.
You'd be a normal person doing normal things. You'd be at the lake because you had a good job your whole life that you were happy with, and you had, all that kind of stuff. But I mean, it's So, but I do appreciate that there's lots of people that are doing sort of more neurodivergent content, and more, people that talk about their experience being different. Like, oh my gosh, I was going to say somebody that has done a bunch of your shows.
I don't know, but Jeff Gobeel's doing something amazing. He's was I don't want to air all of his dirt, but he, as a child, he was sexually abused. He's already talked about it, and about how he was a prime witness against this horrible person who was abusing children, and how he's been able to turn that into not only something dark, but he's been able to find funny, and he's doing amazingly well for himself and creating all these incredible opportunities. And that if I actually go to a lot of shows, that would definitely be high on my list.
Well, when you tell me that story, I definitely think comedy. Alli, you're not going to be able to go to anything because you're going to be.
I really want to. I really want to see Jeff's show. Jeff is such a great guy. He and his partner Alyssa do the Wheel of Improv at the brewery place. Devil May Care. I always want to say Devil May Cry. That's an old video game. And they do that once a month, and that's really fun and great. And his show sounds really, really interesting. My friend Hannah is doing a show called Your Real Canadian Girlfriend, or Your Real Girlfriend from Canada.
Another improviser.
And she was telling me about a little bits and pieces of the story last night when we were hanging out at our Soap Scum rap party. And it sounds wild. So I would really like to see that one. Of course, all of my other pals, JHG is doing a bunch of shows. Club Soda is also doing an X-Files show. Tectonic Improv has a show. I'm probably missing.
You're big into the improv scene. What do you also see? Are you excited to see as many musicals, or are you more into the improv, or that where your interest lies these days?
I love improv probably more than anything else. My brain doesn't work as well as it used to. It's really hard for me to memorize shows. Even the show that I wrote. Like I was in the thick of it and I was like, I don't think I'm going to learn this show.
But
I have learned it. It's great.
It's fine.
It's fine. Everything's fine. But there's something about improv and it's different every time and it exists in the moment and then it never happens again.
I like that.
And I just get such a rush from it. It's like a drug or something.
Do you know who carries around like 8 shows in his head that he could do
Who's that?
at the drop of a hat? Martin Dockery.
Oh, yeah.
He's got like, he could just do any of those shows. They all exist in his head.
But how?
And I don't understand that because
I was impressed by him doing 3 shows in one run, but then my friend Nikki Halowski, a brilliant neurodivergent artist who's doing my Edmonton Fringe variety show, did 7 whole shows, like 7 different shows in one run. And yeah, she's poverty is the biggest driver of
memorizing lines.
Energy.
Some people just get a good brain for that stuff. I think they have a good brain. They have good mechanisms.
I was always the last person off book, and I always got yelled at by the director. And I think now it's just because of my ADHD, I just have a very, very hard time memorizing things.
Because there's an inner monologue.
But I do see like improv. You know, you don't have to prepare. You just need your instincts.
Yeah.
And you ever do any improv?
I haven't done any improv other than just goofing around and being an entertainer.
Yeah.
I host a Christmas party at the curling club, and I find that amazing. I get to pretend I'm a game show host.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can never do improv because I'm always 5 seconds late trying to read.
Oh yeah, the constant, the after the fact.
Oh, and then I've got a great line for that. No.
5 seconds later.
Oh, and
maybe maybe if it was all autistic performers, maybe there would just be a lot of awkward silences.
Yeah, except for autistic brains work differently. Like there's a lot of people who are neurodivergent who's just are sensory seeking or sensory avoiding, and so on the different end of the spectrum. It
is interesting because this just I'm thinking about this because of the 6 hours that I spent talking to the psychologist. Some of the questions, like, you know, kind of what they're going for. And it does, I mean, it really is a spectrum and nobody fits neatly into any one little box. And, you know, so there's like, well, maybe this person seems kind of like a, you know, typical, you know, whatever, but there's lots of other people that, you know, you sort of wouldn't, you just wouldn't expect because like, and I told this guy, this psychologist, because he was asking me, you know, about things that I was doing as an adult and things that I did as a kid. And I said, well, I did that as a kid, but I said, I don't do that anymore because I trained myself to know that you're not supposed to do that because then you're going to stand out. So this is the thing you have to do.
Yeah.
Good thing that you're able to train yourself to do things because I have.
You're untrainable.
The untrainable Adam Schwartz. That's a good title.
I just end up blowing things up every once in a while and saying something that I shouldn't. And I'm like, well, you obviously shouldn't say that, and you shouldn't have your brain configured that way. And
when were you diagnosed? How old were you?
Well, they always knew that there was something different about me. But
you knew?
I did not. I mean, I'm just.
He was
I can relate.
But they only gave me an official diagnosis when I was 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
They just were like, "Oh, it's autism." But
yeah, when you guys are younger than me, I'm 56. I mean, people that I realize now were autistic when I was in school, like in the 70s, they weren't autistic. They were just put in the special class to use the nice word. But I realize now, like I'm thinking about certain people and I'm like, oh yeah, that guy was just like very autistic. And we thought he was like super weird, but like, it wasn't like, you know, he had trouble with certain things, but he wasn't dumb, you know, he was smart in other ways. So but I don't think it was like even ADHD. There weren't kids weren't taking Ritalin. Like
No.
So hard to be a teacher now. What's dealing with a wide spectrum of challenges and of students, and you could go on and on about how hard teachers have it these days.
Yeah.
But if a kid gets an autism diagnosis,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they get like a one-on-one EA.
And
it kind of depends,
there's a
right?
lack of
Yeah.
funding for EAs, and there's so much many
Yeah.
teachers who get
Yeah.
spit at and sworn
Oh.
at these days, and lack of funding and support that the teachers need. But this isn't about my qualms about
The education
Did
system.
Adam, did you spit at and swear at your teachers? Is this what I'm hearing? Is this a confession? Were
No.
you one of these kids? No.
No, Adam was a great, well-behaved student.
Adam
I'm
was-
obsessed with rules and trying to put rules into every single thing, and then it
Yeah.
gets confusing when things exist in the gray area. I'm like, but that's not
The
what the
rule.
rule.
Yeah.
One of the questions in this thing I filled out was, would you break the law if you could get away with it? And I was like, sure, why not? And actually, then I realized after I buy mushrooms and microdose, and I buy mushrooms through the mail,
And
which is
that's
not legal.
illegal.
So, and I'm getting away with it. So there you
There
go.
you go.
There you go.
You heard it here first, folks.
Jamie, what you said that you were different?
Yeah, I've always kind of been out there and good grades, but scatterbrain.
Yeah.
I've got AD so bad that I don't get to the next letter because I start talking about something else.
Wah, wah, wah.
Wah. I find it's kind of a superpower. Now I don't have any diagnosis or anything, but it's a superpower attached to a loose cannon for me. I find I can get a lot of interesting things done, work and play and whatever. But the brain just goes everywhere.
Yeah. You need to find a system for yourself. I mean, you need to find the thing that works, whether it's from like, I've got a tracker on my keys and my keys are this big huge dog thing on it.
Yeah.
And so even just a little thing like that, which, I spend, 80% less time every day looking for my keys. So that allows me other time, so you have to figure out,
I started doing
Life
that.
hacks.
Just hang them
Yeah.
up in the same spot, just like that Steven Seagal movie. Keys and wallet in the same spot every day.
oh yeah.
And it's so
Good luck in practice, though.
it's
Well,
so-
that's, yeah.
it's so important that people come out because the arts is becoming funding is becoming even harder, and so it's important that we are able to get audience people to come and watch because expenses keep going up and arts funding keeps going down, and
And
you already
Fringe,
know, you already have Valor and how art will save our soul, and that's
and Fringe, there's no, there's no funding for anybody for Fringe. And if you're doing, if you've got a BYOV, you're also, you're paying for that. Some people are trying to break even. Some people would like to actually make some money because that's sort of what they're trying to do with their lives. So yeah, we definitely need the audiences. Alli, have you done a show every year for the since COVID? How many shows have you done since COVID?
So 5.
5 shows since COVID.
Yeah, the past 5 years.
Have the audiences been slowly coming back? Because the first show the first year after COVID, even people like Chase Paget wasn't selling out
Right.
like crazy.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
It was a little weak.
Yeah.
I feel like people are coming out.
Yeah.
I feel like people are coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah. My audiences have been pretty consistent. Like,
How old are your audiences?
that's all over the
Yeah.
place. So like my mom in her 70s will bring all her
Yeah.
lady friends in their 70s.
Yeah.
And then I'll get people kind of around my age. I get kids.
Yeah.
Families will bring their kids too.
Yeah.
so that's gonna make marketing really hard to not know who your ideal audience is and be like, my ideal audience is everyone.
This is the first year that I genuinely have decided that I'm not going to stress out about pre-sales and I'm not going to stress out about those other things. I've never, even with Weirder Than Al, which again was terrible, I broke even, right? And so I feel like the costs that I have associated and the amount of people I can bring in, I'm not too worried financially and very grateful for that. But I've decided this year, this is my like I said, my second teenager. Let's throw
Yeah.
caution to the wind.
Did
and
you
just
know
gonna
that
have a
Weirder
good
Than
time.
Al was bad while you were doing it, or you just
No.
admitted it later? You were
Yeah.
like, okay,
I mean,
okay, fine.
I knew halfway through it.
Yeah.
And then that is when I kind of learned the model that I have now, which is the songs stay the same, but my shows are less a script and more a series of bits. And so I can kind of adapt those bits in the moment as a solo performer
Yeah.
to the audience that I have. If I find like the first couple of jokes I make in the opening monologue, they're really responding to this aspect of the story, I might play that up a little bit. And that might not be in the original script, which is why I'm a nightmare to work with. But yeah, that's just kind of, and that's why I like doing the one-person shows, not because I don't like working with other people. I do.
They just don't like working with you.
Yeah, exactly. And that's on them.
Yeah. We've been really lucky to have some sponsorship through the veterans, Roland Gossard Foundation
Okay.
and Lockwood 303, I was saying. So
Yeah.
So, and talk about different audiences. Yeah, there's a lot of veterans coming to the show, and we're really getting people out there that way.
Yeah, that's a show that's clear, has a clear audience and clear market, and the fact that it's going to be so good that it's going to attract other people.
Yeah,
but you already know who you're starting with and building from there.
Yeah, and our goal is to just encourage people and help people with the show through the art.
We started talking about marketing, and Adam got all wound up because he just thinks about marketing
All the time.
all day. All day. Where's the audience? How do we get the audience?
We are in a world now where if you want to make art and promote it, you also have to be a friggin' social media content creator.
Yeah.
And that's hard.
Yeah.
I think. Like I certainly don't come to it naturally. Adam, you seem pretty comfortable in the videos and
I've hired
stuff
Chrissy.
like
I've taken classes with Chrissy Nickel, KJU, because my social marketing has not been up to snuff. We produce brilliant neurohilarity shows with the most brilliant artists. We have the most brilliant people willing to share their talent with me, like my graphic designer Belinda, who's I love, and we just haven't been able to get the audiences that we wouldn't be able to survive without the grants, and I just want to up my game so that I can do everyone else justice and get the audience that they deserve.
Yeah, no, it's hard, and I feel like there's maybe less. I feel like since COVID, I feel like there's less stuff going on than there used to be. So before, you'd be like, oh, there's 10 things tonight, I better go to one of them. And now if there's like 3 or 4, you go, I'll stay home.
Yeah.
I think people really changed their habits, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And then all these, like, I do see a lot of gray heads in Old Market Square during Fringe, and we love those, the old white people, because they're, taking their 2 weeks off, or they're retired or whatever, and they're coming out from, Wolseley, and they're keeping things going. But I think that we need younger audiences, and I'm concerned that younger audiences haven't been trained in the same way, that they don't.
Yeah. They don't know cursive.
They don't know cursive. They don't like theater.
Well, and I mean, can they sit for an hour? You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
I
do.
Like whatever, and it is like a completely different way of communicating. And if you can't, and even like, I'll see these things on TikTok, and they'll get like local stuff, and they'll get thousands and thousands of views and likes and comments and whatever, but like a lot of it's very negative. And so I can't even really swim in those waters,
right.
So I just end up talking to the people that kind of are my people, and my people generally are, I'm 56, my people are all like 10 years older than me. And it just concerns me that we need to find better ways to find younger audiences, and also to find not white audiences, because we rely on these people, and one day they're all going to be dead. I mean, you've got a good hook. Like, you all have a good hook that's going to get some different people in that.
I think talking to your point about getting more diversity, there's Nova Korshan, who just won the Kaspersky award for management, is doing an amazing job with the Indigenous leader in Winnipeg. Jeff Gopiel is going to bring out a large Indigenous community, and so hopefully we're able to our other shows will have something that can appeal to them and that they'll get more interested in, and then there'll be more of the interest in Indigenous shows in the future, and that there'll be more and that there'll be bridging of communities, and that
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely there definitely are things happening, and there is this MTYP used to have a good program for young Indigenous
I think
so that was run
artists.
by Nova.
Yeah,
Nova recently went out on her own,
yeah.
and then
So I just think
she's-
that's so important, just to train the
Yeah.
I remember the first I remember going to a play in elementary school somewhere. I don't
Yeah.
remember that. It might have been MTC, because I don't even know if MTYP was around then. It was probably Actors Showcase and doing a completely different thing with old, what's his name, Norm Frost. Is that who it was?
I don't remember.
But yeah, I do feel like like Whitney says, I believe the children are the future.
Yeah.
I don't even like kids. How many kids do you have, Jamie?
I have one.
One kid.
Yeah.
How old's your kid?
18, and she's starting U of M right away.
Okay,
She's coming
Great.
to the show.
great.
Of
So you're
course.
done parenting. You're good.
Yeah.
Everything's good.
18.
Did you have you taken like 2 weeks off, or are you doing flooring jobs in between?
I've got stuff scheduled, so I'm fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't take 2 weeks off that easily,
Yeah.
but it's well managed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
You're well managed. Alli is well managed.
I'm a
She's just
teacher,
gonna-
so I've got summer to
she's-
fringe all I
she's
want.
gonna do it all balls out. Adam is unmanageable. No, what did we say?
Untrainable.
Untrainable Adam Schwartz.
Untrainable.
Think about that. Think about that, Adam.
It's
You
like
can-
unsinkable.
Alli is giving you that for free.
Yeah.
Tell us just so your show is called Letters, and
Yeah.
it is I got it right here. It is you open on Thursday,
Yeah.
and it is over at at Warehouse. That's a nice
Yep.
big spot for you
Ooh.
over there.
That's correct.
You're doing 7 shows, and it is a is it a one-hander or a two-hander here?
This actually folds.
No,
How
the
many
show.
actors?
Oh,
They have a whole
Is it just
cast.
you?
No, there's 12 of us.
12. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
One
I
of my
played-
former students is in this
Oh,
show.
Yeah, that's
okay.
correct.
Great.
I'll
okay.
take credit for that.
Okay.
I have 2 roles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sergeant Thompson and Garrett Carlson,
Okay.
private.
Private.
Yeah,
Jamie's privates. And Alli's
that's
show.
a different show.
Alli's show. That's the nighttime show. Alli's show is Toy Story 5,
That's another night show. That's another after-hour show.
and it is. I can't see it from
School
here.
of Contemporary Dancers.
Yeah, so it's just right upstairs from the
Rachel
the-
Brown. Or
No,
it's
I was gonna say
downstairs.
just upstairs from India Palace,
Oh, yes.
from the food cart,
yeah, nice and
which is always
central.
nice. You open on.
Thursday, July 16th at 4:15
Okay.
p.m.
So you can go to that at 4:15, and then you can zip over across Main Street to go
Letters.
see Letters.
There you go.
Adam, where's
Brilliantly Awkward is at Video Pool, and I'm doing 9 shows.
Wow.
My first show is on Wednesday.
okay?
What
And
time?
Way to put me on the spot.
Oh, sorry.
6 p.m.
6 p.m. on Wednesday.
Are
Don't
you-
check out that on the program or online, but
it's a BYOV. Are you doing it at the same time, or you're kind of
no, it's all over.
6, 8, 10,
I'm
whatever?
with a bunch of other brilliant artists in that space, but yeah,
Yeah.
so they have to share out the times.
So they're brilliant, but they're just brilliant and not brilliantly awkward. Only you. You're the only one.
Mhm.
Well, thank you so much. This has been really great.
Yeah.
I appreciate you all coming down and telling us about everything. My guests have been Jaime Wood and Alli Perlov, and the unmanageable, no, the
Untrainable.
untrainable. I love it. The untrainable Adam Schwartz. Thank you all so much for stopping by.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
And thank you so much to all of you for stopping by. We should say the slogan.
Yeah.
Okay. Art will
will
save us all. Thank you.